Good evening. This is All India Radio, Kohima. I'm Jonas Yanthan with Evening News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi urges youth to abandon the path of militancy and work for development of the country. Horticulture Advisor Mhathung Yanthan urges field officers to sensitise farmers on schemes and programs. Nagaland kicks off week-long Northeast Festival to celebrate Journey of Nagaland since Statehood. An advisor technical education and election, Medo Yhokha, says the government has an eminent concern for health of every citizen. Now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has urged the youth to abandon the path of militancy and work for the development of the country. He was addressing a massive rally on peace, unity and development at Loring Tepi village around 75 kilometers away from Tipu, the headquarter town of Karbi Anglong Autonomous District in Assam today. Modi said that the peace accord, which was signed with the 6 militant groups of this district in September last year, solved the decades-old militancy problems of this area. He said that under the historic peace accord, over 1,000 militants joined the mainstream society and government is rehabilitating all surrendered militants. Earlier, the Prime Minister laid foundation for a veterinary college, agricultural college and 2 model degree colleges for the district. Modi informed that under the special development package, as part of the peace accord, 1,000 crore rupees will be provided for this district. The Prime Minister said that peace and normalcy is returning to Assam and as a result, the Union government has removed the Armed Forces Special Powers Act from 23 districts of the state and hope that very soon the whole of northeastern states will be free from militancy. Modi informed that the decades-old border issue of Assam with the neighbouring states will be resolved soon with the initiatives of the Union government and the state governments. Later, the Prime Minister dedicated the Dibrugarh Cancer Hospital and 6 other cancer care hospitals to the nation. Advisor for Horticulture Mhathung Yanthan has called upon field officers of the department to educate and sensitise the farmers on the schemes and programs and upgrade their skills for successful implementation. He was speaking at a horticulture conference under the theme Leveraging Smart Horticulture for Sustainable Livelihood and Self-Employment in Nagaland at Kohima today. Yanthan emphasized the need to give a concept push in order to keep motivating the farmers, which is possible only by visiting the farmers and the farms. He also said it is important for them to establish a rapport with farmers as it will build trust and confidence. The advisor further stressed on the need for the officers to be thorough on the operational guidelines of the schemes and to maintain report book keeping for timely submission of utilization certificates. The advisor admitted that there is enormous scope for the state in horticulture, wherein the department can take up activities with creative ideas to implement schemes. Joining the rest of the northeastern states, Nagaland is celebrating the Northeast Festival with the theme Journey of Nagaland since Statehood as part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav week starting from today. The 7-day festival is initiated by Donor Ministry with an aim at showcasing achievements of northeastern region in the spirit of Hum Kisi Se Gam Nahi. In a state-level inaugural program held at Kohima today, Home Commissioner Nagaland, Abhijit Sinha, said the theme Journey of Nagaland since Statehood was selected for the festival with the aim that Nagaland will be celebrating its 60 years of statehood next year. He said Nagaland has come a long way since statehood, be it social or economic, and the credit goes to all sections of the people. Sinha said the state is now marching shoulder to shoulder in whatever initiatives the country is taking to make the lives of the people better, creating more infrastructures and get counted as one of the most developed nations in the world. Emphasizing that there are still many developments to take place in the state, the Commissioner expressed hope that with the zeal and passion of the citizens, the state will continue to pursue to fill the gaps in every sector. Sinha called upon the people to take a pledge to renew its efforts to make Nagaland one of the most developed and progressive states in the country. On the occasion, Department of Information and Public Relations presented a video in a photo exhibition on the Journey of Nagaland since Statehood. The Northeast Festival will culminate at Guwahati to be graced by President Ramnath Kovind. Advisor for Technical Education and Election, Medo Yhokha, today said that the present central and state government has been very conscious about the health of every citizen and well-being. He was addressing the block-level health mela at PHC Sechu Zapsa, Kohima. The advisor observed that medical platforms and facilities were rare to avail in the past years. Stating that modern equipment and facilities are at our doorsteps, Yhokha called upon the public to avail the best opportunity. MLA Zako Nakro said such health mela is beneficial for the public, especially for the people of weaker sections. Nakro encouraged the citizens to avail the facilities which are provided free of cost. The health mela was organized by District Health Society, Department of Health and Family Welfare, in collaboration with other line departments. Meanwhile, during the health mela, organized at Pandari Block, today, District Vector-Borne Officer Wokha Dr. William Mzoy said delivering quality healthcare services and providing essential medicine at free of cost is not only to provide health benefit to the people, but also to understand the importance of timely investigation, detection, treatment, and recovery of diseases. Pandari CHC Senior Medical Officer Dr. Carolyn T. encouraged the attendants to continue to avail the healthcare facilities which are carefully and systematically provided under various healthcare programs. This news comes to you from All India Radio, Kohima. You can also listen to this news bulletin on News on Air app and YouTube channel AIR News Kohima. To commemorate the celebration of 75 years of India's independence, Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, we present India at 75 quiz with AIR News Kohima, a special quiz on India's freedom movement and its glorious history every Thursday in the evening news bulletin. And here goes our question of the week for English News Bulletin. The violent incident at Jauri Jaura in Uttar Pradesh occurred during which movement? I repeat, the violent incident at Jauri Jaura in Uttar Pradesh occurred during which movement? Listeners can send their responses to the question to our email airnewskohimaindia75@gmail.com or WhatsApp to 9485 239950 along with name and address. The first correct answer received from the participants will be selected as the winner and will be announced in tomorrow morning news at 7:30 a.m. STO Electrical Department Parent Kitosab today said lack of electrical safety leads to electric shock resulting in severe injury and death. He said this during the workshop on electricity usage awareness in Beren. Kitosab spoke on prevention and factors of electricity shock and importance of ground wire for prevention of injury and accidental deaths. Junior engineer Solo Regma said that energy needs to be conserved to preserve resources for longer use in the aspects of its running cost. Solo said that use of conventional energy sources need to be cut short as far as possible as it emits harmful gases, thereby polluting the environment. Urban Development Director and State Mission Director, National Urban Livelihood Mission, NULM, S. Dakatupa Aya, today said that the patient's attendant lodge at Trensang, which was successfully constructed under NULM Plan for Housing, has been converted to Patients Attendant Lodge with the approval of the Mission Authority. He said this during the inauguration of the lodge at Trensang District Hospital. The director meanwhile advised the department to set up a committee to run the lodge. Iyer further called upon the gathering to take utmost care of the asset for the benefit of the general public. And now to end the news, here are the main points again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi urges youth to abandon the path of militancy and work for development of the country. Horticulture Advisor Mhathung Yanthan urges field officers to sensitise farmers on schemes and programs. Nagaland kicks off week-long Northeast Festival to celebrate Journey of Nagaland since Statehood. An advisor technical education and election, Medo Yhokha, says the government has eminent concern for health of every citizen. That is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.